Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Beat flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind? But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love.
We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Cleveland Browns. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield looks to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 7 yards there and a first down. You think back to last year when these two teams met in Week 3. That was a big one for the Browns franchise and for Baker Mayfield. Mayfield came in relief of Tyrod Taylor and broke the Browns' 19-game losing streak, beating fellow rookie Sam Darnold 21-17. And after the game, a lot of you will remember Browns management unlocking the, shall we call them, refreshment fridges that had been padlocked for so long until the Browns got that victory.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Browns' drive about to get started. Back to it after the pick-6, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
And the Browns first down.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
53 to Mike. 53. Check.
Hey, 133.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
The Browns opted not to pick a running back with their first 2 selections at number 1 and 4 in the first round. But they circled back in the 2nd round and got a really good one to Nick Chubb out of Georgia. Broke off a nice run there, and that's where he's good. Good vision, able to see where the hole is and make nice gains each time he touches the ball.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, alert!
From the gun, Mayfield. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James. A sack from his safety position. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set. 30 base.
Check. 53 is Mike. Run.
Shoot.
They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one 28 yards on the ground. The Jets were 26th in rushing in the NFL last year. That's a big reason they went and signed Bell back on March 13th. And plays like that give them optimism that they can move up the pecking order in the NFL rushing ranks.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Browns' 47-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mack Wilson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. No. Off.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready, ready! 90, Wolf!
You better bring it.
Leo!
Check! Watch twin!
Recon, 132 fighter! 5!
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Let's go!
And this should be the final
8-3.
play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, Zeus!
Mike, check, 59. Coming to you. Mike 5-9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here. Back across midfield, 3 yards away from midfield at the 47. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Check, 59. I got one.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Derwin James, an all-pro as a rookie last year, up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
A gain of 29 yards. First down.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Pro Bowler C.J. Mosley, the Ravens' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd down.
180. 53. Mike. Watch the run.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup of 38.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Second and 14. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Joe Schobert coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Any weapon.
We got double up, double up. Check 99, check 99. Shift, shift.
Now.
On third down, here's Bell. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. That catch good for only a yard, and it will be third down. Third and short yardage, Mayfield. Well, they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Mayfield down. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Jamie Gillandale, standing just about on his own goal line. Now it's Crowder. Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. 30 base.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Joker.
Hit it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Trying to lay one up deep. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Match box right. Under 10, 5.
Here's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Come on, set. 15 line. 15 line.
Here we go, G. Get off the field.
Yes. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this third-quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
Hey, lock it.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Go.
They'll look to throw here. Caught here by Griffin.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On the ready.
53 is the mark. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Topper.
Slam.
Ready.
On third down, it's Bell. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. They'll go for it with Bell. He goes airborne. Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down.
Brings up fourth down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. On fourth down, they snap it to Mayfield. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Mac Wilson bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Check 26, check 26. Switch. Say out. Now. Shoot.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to air one out into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Hurry!
A run for Nick Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They run it again with Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Check. Check right. Check.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's got this one down to the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
Now Chubb. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll run with Chubb, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the 4th quarter. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Bell, of course, 3-time 1,000-yard rusher. Sat out 2018, but you look back to 2017, a tick under 1,300 yards and almost 700 more receiving. They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Landry now on the return. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, and their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
At the 43-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Chubb. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's see what you got. Check. Hurry. Check. 53.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Going deep here for Landry. And that's going to be intercepted. It's the all-pro safety, Derwin James. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Landry, the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A first down carry for Bell, but he'll work forward for only about a yard. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check tight. Check tight. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check.
Hey!
Mike. Check. 59.
And the blitz does come. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 28. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Rush in. Rush in.
Go!
59.
This is Bell. Olivier Vernon brings him down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Kick.
Yep.
Hey, turn it up.
Now.
They'll go again with Bell. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. They'll give this to Bell running right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing...
Odell Beckham Jr., 20, 10, and a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point
Some
conversion.
sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
So for the Jets...
This ain't nothing for the back. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 pounds. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pull out one foot and set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a